taking risks. I always have you learn the best lesson when you take the risk, meaning that it's gonna either come out good, it's gonna come out bad. And for episode number 58, my special guest, Kendra J, is coming on here to explain how important taking risk is. Kendra J, how are you doing? Who are you? What are you doing? Where are you from?
What's good, everybody? My name is Ken J. I'm from North Carolina. I am a motivational speaker. I am a podcaster. I'm all about positive vibes and positive energy and just being the best version of yourself. So that's who I am. But taking risks, man. So we could talk about taking risks.
Right.
So of course I have a podcast. I've been doing the podcast for almost 8 months. Um, I was trying to do something different. So, like you just got to take risks. So I was like, man, I'm going to reach out and do this promo. But, when I did the promo, I paid the money. They told me in the next 24 hours it would be up. Y'all, that was last week. Why isn't my promo up yet? So guess what? It's all about trial and error. I know that I would never go back to them again, but I had to take the risk to see how it go down. Now, not saying that they're not going to post it, but you have to really be honest with people because honesty is key. So that's how I took a risk, and that's how we started it off, man. But other than
Let's
that, I'm good.
let's go. About to hit the intro. Hold on. What's going on, my brothers and sisters around the world? It's your boy Terrell Humphrey, and welcome to another episode of Failures Knowledge. Today, we got my special guest, Ken J, from Why Not Us podcast. Ken J, how are you doing?
Man, I'm doing well, just in the battle with self. That's all. Just trying to be the best version of myself that I could be. I'm just chilling, man. Just figuring it all out, man. How you feeling mentally?
Man, Ken, I'm pretty well mentally. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm a 10 simply because I can identify that, right? If I like I explained to you when I came on the podcast, if I wasn't able to explain it, I would be a 5. How are you doing mentally?
Mentally, I'll say probably like a 7 or 8 because I'm just trying to figure it out. And that's just the honest truth. So I'm just figuring it out. I'm just pushing myself to the limits and just believing in myself. So that's
Mm,
where I'm at right now mentally, just figuring it all out and just staying the course.
staying the course. So, okay, take dive me in. Take me there a little bit further. What does um you just said it. My mind just went blank.
It's
Ah,
all good.
my apologies. What does just staying the course entails of?
Man, staying the course is just keep going, keep pushing forward, not being stagnant, not not stopping. You got to keep going. Even when it get hard, you got to dig deep down inside of yourself and know that it's going to get better cuz everything we see ain't what it is. The healing journey is hard. It's not what people think it is, positive vibes and positive energy. No, it's hell. It's hell because you shed in different versions of the only self that you ever knew. So it's hell. So it's just like, yo, I'm figuring it out. I'm staying positive. I'm pouring into myself. I'm loving myself. And I am here.
Wow. It's really so hard to take ownership of self because that's where it starts. That's where it grows. That's where it develops. Because if we're able to understand ourselves, we're able to understand our environment. Once we're able to understand our environment, we're able to understand who we can and cannot be around. See, the thing about self-awareness is an energy transfer that we are able to identify because we're putting the time and effort to identify ourselves. The,
Yeah.
the podcast I just done with Neil Hawkins was phenomenal simply because there was the same type of conversation we had. How do you learn how to go with yourself rather than against it?
Listen, that's the biggest question right there, because it's like, yo, when you are learning who you are, you don't know. You figuring it out. You talking to yourself in the mirror like, Kendra, I love you. Kendra, I got you. Kendra, get out your own way, because we are our biggest enemy. So it's just like, yo, you just got to go. You just got to figure it out. It's no blueprint into finding out who you are. You just got to figure it out on your own time and your own way. That's what it is.
There's no blueprint. There is no blueprint. See, that's the thing. We as people, we as human beings, we want to get shown how to do things the proper way, the technicalities behind it. But there's no blueprint to figure out yourself, because if you can't figure out yourself, you can't understand what you really need help with. See, that level of awareness, it really take us further than we expect.
Yes.
How far did you think you would have been? You would have been if you didn't really start believing yourself?
Like, honestly, I'm
Mhm.
still on the journey. I'm still on the journey of believing in myself, just taking chances, just taking risks, just putting myself out there. Rejection was one of my biggest issues, just being rejected.
Mhm.
So I used to stand back a little bit, what I mean, scared of rejection. Now I embrace rejection,
Mm.
because, rejection, if someone reject me, it just boosts me into the right direction I need to go to. So this past weekend, I took my business card when I went out to eat at a restaurant with my family, and I gave out like 3 business cards to
Okay.
people I didn't even know, and I provoked myself to do it, even though I was scared to do it. I still did it. So
How see that taking risks is so phenomenal, because we're taking risks amongst our life, amongst our situation, amongst our belief. Because how do you go out and really put yourself out there when you don't know what you're doing? When I was working with my mentors a couple months ago, I was putting myself out there to speak with homeowners, to talk about sales, to learn how to solve problems. It was so hard for me. It was so difficult for me to even grasp, but I tried it. I put myself out there. How did it feel? You going out and handing out 3 business cards with your information on it. How did that feel?
man, it felt amazing. It felt liberating, because I went against myself, because self like to self sabotage. Self, you like to get in your mind. It's all about self. It's not about nobody else. So I just told them who I was. I'm Kendra, Ken J, and I have a podcast. Are you interested in listening to podcasts? They was like, yes. So I told them what my podcast was all about, and I gave them my business card. Now I did that part. Now, I'm not even tripping if they listen to it or not. I just did my part. And that's all that matters, because I did my part.
Mm. Doing your part is putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
It's so scary to put ourselves out there, because, like you said earlier, our biggest critic is ourselves.
Yes.
How can we work together if we don't understand the? How can we work amongst ourselves if we don't understand who we are? See,
Yes.
taking the risk is so much more vital, because you're able to see, what do I need to do in order to create something new, to create a new experience, to create a new time frame, to create a new life for myself. How do you
Yes.
do this? You start by taking action. You start by doing the small things, the small basic details that will really help you prevail in life. But we can't do that because we have a mental cage amongst ourselves.
Yep.
What made you say, I'm gonna start believing myself, and whatever happens, happens?
When I was at another platform and I was giving all the juice and I was pouring into a platform and I was pouring my ideas, I was pouring my love. I was just giving my all to a platform that just needed my ideas. They didn't need me, they just needed my ideas. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
sometimes God puts you in positions so you'll know what a table look like. You'll know what people look like. You'll know what vultures look like. You know, he'll put you in a place to let you know, like, listen, this is the table, but this is not your table.
Mm.
This is not how a table is set up. So you have to go through different steps in life to understand, like, yo, I am amazing. I am of greatness. You have to say those things, but I had to leave. I left and I just started my own podcast. I left and I chose myself.
Mm, choose yourself. You know, you take a risk because you're choosing yourself. And as you're choosing yourself, you start to grow. But as you're starting to grow, you're starting to become a new version of yourself.
Yes.
How do you leave the old version of Kendra behind?
Listen, I wrote down some things, right? Because you asked me a question last night. What is something that I always wanted to share? What is something that I always wanted to talk about? So I wrote something down, man. The evolving of self is not an easy horn to blow. It's like taking layers and layers after layers of yourself. You can no longer hide behind it because you are slowly evolving into the disciplined version of yourself. You have to constantly speak life over you. It's a constant battle to push yourself to a limit that you have never been through. Sometimes it's like it is a different breakdown of you. It's like the wind is being knocked out of you, and the illusion is just that, an illusion. It's just like, yo, what's happening? It's like, yo, reality is really being reality now because you're creating your own reality, not the things that we was programmed to learn and do. Nah, none of that. It's just like, yo, you're creating your own reality. So that's the whole thing right there. Like for real, for real. Connected to soul, like your soul purpose. It's your soul purpose. Like, what's your soul purpose? Like, I know my soul purpose. I'm here to lead. I'm here to direct. I'm here to encourage. I'm here to motivate. That's what I'm here for. It's not about anything else. It's not about social media. It's not about anything. It's about being the human person that I am and connecting with other humans. So it's just like I'm just peeling those different layers like back. It's like I'm killing off different parts of me. And it's like, in a way, it's like a death, but you're alive. Some people will get in, some people won't. But that's what it's like.
Mm. It's like there's you're alive. You know, it's so amazing that you're able to identify that.
Yeah.
Because you see, here's the thing: what we as people do, we suppress our feelings because we don't think they matter. We suppress how we're feeling because we don't know how to verbally say this is what's wrong with us. We're suppressing everything that's going on amongst in our head and amongst our emotions, amongst our body. We're not able to work with it, which makes the journey more difficult. But
Yes.
it's gonna be hard regardless of the fact. But it's the lack of understanding that we have for ourselves to say this is what I've been dealing with, and this is how it's hindering me. I've
Yes.
I've learned life is going to hit everybody. It's
Yes.
gonna hit everybody. When it hit everybody, everybody have their own timing. I can't say what you've been through. I've been through the same thing. I cannot say that. But what I can say is that I had to understand my level of pain, my level of awareness, and to say it's going to be okay. My divorce, my heartbreak, the time that it took for me to heal was so hard, was so daunting, but it was very beneficial because I started to learn about who I am.
Yes.
The
Yes.
fact that you're leaving this old version of yourself behind, it shows how much you want to grow. It shows that you have some type of desire. You said your purpose was to motivate. How do
Yeah.
you think your purpose is to motivate?
Because I know what it's like to not be motivated. I know what it's like to just be there and not understanding. So I motivate myself the way I motivate others. It started with me. I had to motivate myself first, but I know people are missing that. And so it's like, yo, I'm going to motivate me, and you're going to motivate yourself by the way that I'm motivating you. And you're going to start motivating yourself. And then you're going to motivate somebody else. It's like that. It's like a train. It's like a train reaction. I motivate you, you motivate yourself, you motivate that person, and that's how it goes. If we could spread negativity, we could spread positivity. So that's the energy I'm on.
If we can spread positivity, we can spread negativity. Okay, so let's just say, what if I'm not ready to start working on myself? What if I'm not ready to get motivated?
And
How do
that's
how do you handle people that don't see the potential that you see in them?
That's fine because they have to figure that out. I'm just a messenger.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a messenger. I'm just here to add to your already greatness. I could tell you what I see in you, and I could just be there for you. I would not push you. I would just meet you where you at, and I would add to you. I would encourage you, and that's why what I'll do. I can't push nobody to the limit that they don't want to be pushed.
How long did it take you to learn that?
It took me it took me a minute to learn that because honestly I was on I'm losing weight, right? So I was on this well, I'm actually still taking it or whatever, like shakes, different things. Um and I had these coaches and they was just pushing me, pushing me, pushing me, pushing me, pushing me, pushing me, but they was pushing me excessively. That's not how I didn't like that. I fought back because that's not how I gravitate towards things.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's different. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to receive things the same way. But it just taught me in a way like, yo, you have to be the best version of yourself for you. They can't keep pushing you. That don't really matter for real, if you're not going to push yourself.
Yeah.
So I learned from that, and I'm my biggest cheerleader. I'm my biggest motivator. I need me.
That's where the lack of understanding comes in there, because we think we need people to fulfill us. No, 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 no.
Yeah,
These people that are coming to our lives, they're here to bring value, bring more stuff to us, right? But if we don't know what we have over here, the value that we have, the confidence that we have, the belief that we have, the faith that we have,
yeah.
what are they going to do? They're going to come here and do what? And talk about what? Right? We can't ask for help if we don't know the help that we asking for.
Facts. And it's just like, yo, I'm just learning a lot by myself. Like I was telling you, I reached out to somebody to help me with my promo because I felt like, yo, it's not going how I want to. But I'm also learning that it's a process. Things don't happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? Greatness isn't built overnight. I'm of greatness. So it's gonna take time to continue to build, continue to build. I wake up every morning, every morning. Sometimes I'm not even motivated, but I'm disciplined. I'm disciplined. I'm disciplined. I have parameters around me. I understand what I need to do and what I can't do. I can't waste time. I can't play.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm building something here. I can't see it, but I feel it.
But you feel it. You're not
I
supposed.
feel it.
It's not time for you to see it yet. You know what? Like you said, everything is a timing thing. As I'm really learning and diving in with social media and understanding the dynamics of social media, I understand that, for marketing, for to bring in leads, bring in sales, you have to market. And what marketing is, you're constantly putting yourself out there so people can remember who you are. People don't know who you are. People gonna buy from people that they respect and know. Okay, but if you're not doing the work that's needed in order to figure yourself out, you can't figure out how to really bring value.
Facts.
The
Facts.
value is you learning from your experiences, you
Yeah.
growing your trials and tribulations, you growing from a hard time, a difficult time that really wasn't that you wasn't so fond of. How do we do that? We start working on ourselves.
Yeah.
Somebody that want to start working on themselves, what advice would you give them in order to start that route, start that journey?
I would tell them just breathe. Just take a breather and sit with self. Don't
Mm,
run away from yourself because we'll do busy work to run away from ourselves. So we have to hold ourselves accountable. We have to really hold ourselves accountable. We have to really journal things down. We have to really be honest with ourselves. Honesty is key. You
mm,
can't lie to yourself anymore because it's yourself.
mm.
So the key, I'll just say, be honest with self. Be honest.
What happened? Okay, what happened for you to be so brutally honest with yourself?
Everything happened. Everything happened. I had so many expectations. I was giving myself, giving my all to everybody. I was loving everybody. I was pouring into everybody, but nobody loved me how I was loving them. You know why?
Ooh.
I had to love me.
Yeah.
That was the hardest thing I ever had to do was love me. I had to turn the mirror around on me.
Mm.
I had to look myself in the eye and I had to tell myself, I love you, Kendra. I got you, Kendra. That was the hardest thing I ever had to do. I
Mm-hmm.
was putting expectations on people. I wanted people to love me the way I love them. I wanted them to pour into me the way I poured into them. That ain't how it worked. Nobody don't owe me nothing. I owe myself everything. And that's the truth.
Entitlement. We have this thing called entitlement and attachment. We
Yeah.
feel like just because we're around these certain people, we're supposed to get certain type of feelings, some type of love, some type of emotion that change. Or, I've learned accept people for who they are. Okay,
Whew.
I can't expect nothing from you. Whatever you do for me, cool, thank you. I'm highly grateful for it. But I can't expect you to do it because you're not obligated to do anything for me. See, while I'm on my journey, I've learned so much about myself, and that it is okay to make a choice to say I don't want to do this, or it's okay, I'm going to do it, but I'm doing it out the kindness of my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Do this, but since I'm doing this, you feel me? What you feel me? Like,
It got to be currency.
yeah,
It got to be a revolving thing. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be you for you. It's got to be a us. It's got to be like you pour into me, I pour into you. That's the only people I want
of
around me. I'm not even talking about currency like money. I'm talking about currency like energy,
of course,
positive energy.
yep.
Add to me.
That's how we grow. We're able to identify what we're seeking. See, now since I'm so in tune with who I am as a person, as an individual, as a man, I'm able to identify my emotions. I'm able to identify if somebody's bringing value to me or taking my energy. I can
Yes.
say I don't want to. Nah, it's over with. It's okay. Thank you for the conversation, but it's time for me to go. That level of awareness only comes from pain and suffering, and you actually dwelling in your pain.
Facts.
What
Facts.
what came to you after I said that? What hit you?
Like, listen, what really hit me was kind of like of always being overlooked,
Mm,
always trying to fit in, but I never was meant to fit in. Always trying to please people, always trying to love on people, always just trying to be there for people, understanding people like, yo, you need me, I'm here. But when they no longer needing me, they're putting me back on the shelf. I don't belong on the shelf. I belong where I'm at. I
mm,
am of greatness, so you can't put me on the shelf. I'm in control of what I'm in control of, and nobody can never put me back on the shelf.
mhm. Because you demand more for yourself.
I demand more for myself. I love myself. I respect myself, and I'm learning different versions of myself. And it's getting better and better. But sometimes, man, it be really hard, man.
Yeah,
It's not easy. I cry sometimes, and I release. I sit with my feelings, and I let go, and I just keep moving, man. I just keep moving.
you dwell in your feelings, in your feelings.
Yeah.
That see, we're so busy, right? We don't have the time, right? Everything is so it's scattered all over the place, which I understand. But you can't forget time for self. You can't forget time for yourself because if you do, everything that you postponing is going to be built up over time.
Yep.
Where when you actually recognize it, you're going to explode. You're going
Yep.
to become overwhelmed. You're going to become stressed. You're going to become depressed because you didn't identify it when it was here. I
Yep.
had to learn that yesterday. I think either yesterday or today. I was speaking with somebody. I can't remember who. I can't remember the time. I can't remember the place. But I was speaking with somebody, but I felt my energy just really get turned down.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're really draining me. I
Yes.
go. I got to go. Okay, this is not working. I have to go. But I identified it and I felt it. This morning, I woke up and I realized how much activity I have to do today. Start getting hyperventilated. I started having a panic attack. Like, what am I doing? I breathe. I just took a deep breath and I relaxed. Once I relaxed and calmed my body down, I was able to identify it's not that bad. It's not that much as like I'm making it seem like.
Yeah.
How are you able to identify your emotions and say this is what's wrong with me? I'm okay.
By sitting with myself, by sitting in solitude,
Mm,
by staying off social media.
Mm-hmm.
by stop comparing myself to others,
Mm-hmm.
by staying tunnel vision, by
Mm.
writing in my journal, by doing my daily rituals. For real, that's what it is. Just keep going. Just keep figuring myself out. Just keep pouring into myself. Just continue being a vessel because I'm a whole vessel and I connect people together and I see the bigger picture. I'm
Yeah.
woke. I'm really woke. I'm not I'm bigger than bigger. That's my
Bigger
energy,
than
man.
somebody
Yes.
said it yesterday. The way they described, it, I was like, wow. I was like, okay, makes
Yeah.
sense. Makes sense. You know, when you
Yeah.
believe in yourself, you start to see and believe things are happening for a reason. But you don't
Yeah.
question the reason because now we're able to accept it rather than question what's going on here. Like, I don't understand it. No, 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 no. Accept it. You figure it out along the way. See,
Yeah.
God has a mysterious way of working. He has a mysterious way of really showing us that we're on the right path because everything that we're doing, we're in the right place with the right time, with the right conversation, with the right people, right? But we can't do that if we're not having the putting the time and dedication to perfect our craft. As we're perfecting our craft, we're learning the ins and out of it. As we're learning the ins out of it, we're leaving the old version of ourselves now.
Yes. That's what's happening. We're doing that. We're just elevating.
Yep.
We're elevating. We're continually elevating. We're on a different frequency. We're not on the same frequency as everybody else. So the collective ain't our collective.
When did you realize that your frequency was rising and your environment wasn't?
So my frequency, so I'm in control of my environment, right? So it doesn't matter where I'm at because internal, it's all about internal. So you in control of your environment. It doesn't matter where you at. It's all about the inside of you. It's not the external. You know, you in control of your environment. You could be outside, it could be 100 degrees. You ain't even worried about that. Long as you good inside and you understand what's going on, man, you good. You're able to manipulate your what's around you and how you want it to be. You creating your own reality. Well, you actually co-creating your own reality. Instead of just being so caught up on all the programs that we are conditioned to believe in and all this, nah, you stripping away all of that and you're figuring it out for yourself.
Yeah. And you figuring out for yourself is going to be new. It's going to be a new experience. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be overwhelming. It's going to be something that you really have to embrace.
Yeah.
But it's not meant for everybody. It's not meant for everybody. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of times people have an idea, right? You have an idea, but do you have the action, the discipline, the dedication, the drive, the ambition, the determination to say, I'm going to put all these together to make this work and to figure out along the process?
Yeah, and the process ain't what it seemed like. The
No.
process ain't what it seemed like, cause people only see what you're doing. They not seeing what you have to do to get up in the morning. They not seeing, the motivation you got to put in yourself just to walk down the steps, just to get on the podcast. They not seeing that. They just seeing the finished product. That's all
And
people are seeing.
and that finished product speaks a lot, but a lot of times it's not speaking to the right people
Nope.
because they only see the success today, right? I'm always when I come encounter with somebody that's at the level of achievement that they achieved, I'm like, what did he go through? What did he or she go through? What did you overcome?
Yeah.
How did you overcome it?
Yeah.
Why you didn't give up? You know, I understand to get at this level, it's hard, but in order to get to that level, you have to start somewhere.
You
You have
got to
to.
start.
The experience level is very different because over time you're learning how to bring it together and actually be compatible with each other. But if you don't put the time in right here, the effort won't matter up here.
Nope.
You feel me? Like it's definitely worth pursuing. Worth pursuing. What do you think? How do you think your impact or your message, your voice is really helping the next person?
Um, when I get these messages in my inbox,
Mhm.
like Kendra, I remember what you told me. Kendra, sometimes when I'm going through, I just hear your voice in my head. Thank you. When I just hear like, thank you for believing in me. Thank you. Now, sis, I get it. Now I see what you were saying. Like when I get those messages, that lets me know that I'm on the right path. When my sister is telling me like, thank you for being positive. When my nephew that's 9 years old is like, yo, I believe in you. When people are telling me that, like my nephew, my sister, like people that I've touched over the years, and they just randomly hit me up, I know I'm on the right path. I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Is that in your the path that you own, Kendra, is phenomenal. Okay, the inboxes and all the messages, all the words of affirmation that everybody's telling you, is that what you was telling yourself to figure out yourself?
Yeah, I was telling myself that. I was telling myself like I had to accept me. I had to accept me. I had to really, really accept me. You know what I'm saying? Really understanding that I'm already whole. Understanding that I'm already whole and understand that I just gotta keep going. I gotta just keep believing in myself. Like when I say I'm really hard on myself, bro, I'm hard on myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm studying Joe Dispenza. I'm studying Oprah Winfrey. I'm studying Bob Proctor. I'm studying all these things. I'm understanding different things. Like I'm pouring into myself daily. I'm writing, taking down notes. I'm encouraging myself daily. I'm pouring into me daily. It's just the beginning for me. It's
Yeah.
just the beginning. And I appreciate everybody that came to my podcast when nobody knew about my podcast. I appreciate everybody that believed in my vision. I appreciate everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will never forget those individuals.
I do. I thank everybody that came onto my platform as well. Since you giving out thanks, I'm gonna give out thanks too, woman.
Facts.
I'm gonna give out,
Fact.
because it really takes a lot to put yourself out. Before I say this point, for everybody that's watching, if you're watching on YouTube, I mean on Instagram, and you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, and make sure you share it with a friend that needs to hear this conversation about growth. But
Yeah.
see, here's the thing, Kendra. The thing about giving thanks is that we have to realize how far we came. How many episodes have you had?
Man, I'm 200 plus.
200 plus.
200 plus.
When the last time you celebrated your win?
Um, I don't even know, man. I don't even know when the last time I celebrated my win, but today is a big win for me because this is the first podcast that I ever been on. I'm the first. I appreciate you. Thank you for allowing me to embrace your podcast. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you.
inviting me as well. Thank you for inviting me as well. It's just really, you stay the course, like you said earlier. You stay the course. Things happen when the time that they need when they present themselves. All
Yeah.
right. If you didn't reach out to me, I would never know you. I
Yeah.
would never knew you. I would have probably heard of you down the line, but you reached
Yeah.
out to me. I was like, yeah, of course, let's do it. But then I'm
Yeah.
like, let's return.
Yeah.
Let's
I
return
appreciate I appreciate that.
because you have a story, and everybody has a story that I want to learn from. If I can't learn from her, how can I come onto your platform as well? Just really bring value. That's
Yeah.
what I'm learning now, for myself, is to really, instead of asking people to come on, ask them, can I be a guest too? Because you're really giving exposure to new people, new audience, and to really introduce yourself. So
Yes.
here's the gym. Here's the gym, Kendra. As you're reaching out to people to come onto your podcast, ask them, can I come onto yours? I'm implementing the same thing, the same strategy, simply because the more people know you from different areas of life, from different podcasts, you're able to really enhance your impact.
Yeah.
As you're telling your story, people gonna listen to you, be like, who is she? Man, here's how you find me.
Yeah.
But you can't do that if you're not really properly putting yourself out there. You're putting yourself out there because you're 200 plus episodes.
Yeah. And look, now people have to fall out, do their part too. Cause you could say, yo, all right, I'll come to your podcast. They have to be willing as well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people talk a big talk. They talk a big talk. I want to do this, I want to do that, but they really ain't about their life. But you're about that life. So I appreciate you for allowing me to come to your platform.
And I appreciate you for saying yes, because a big proponent that I had to learn with dealing with sales and dealing with business is that it's all about timing.
Yes.
If you're not following up with this person that you want to come onto the platform, you want to go to their platform, they're gonna forget about you. So I'm like, oh, let me really dial in on social media and YouTube and public speaking so I can create a name for myself.
Yes.
So I had to detach from real estate. I had to detach from real estate so I can create something for myself. As I'm creating something for myself, I can go back into real estate and put the funds from speaking in public, content creation and YouTube and podcasting and put it into real estate. Now I'm investing. See, the level of understanding is that you have to go all in on you yourself. How does it feel to go all in on yourself?
It feels free. I feel free.
Describe free. What is free?
Free is honestly, freedom is the opposite of fear. You know
So
what
you,
I'm saying?
hmm,
Yeah, because it's just like, yo, I'm just taking a chance on me. You
yeah,
might say no, but I'm still going to hit you up. Like I hit Kevin Hart up, I hit Ricky Smiley up, I emailed Barstools and like, yo, you need me on your platform. Like, yo, this is what I bring. I done called Sirius FM. I done, I'm just putting myself out there. One day they'll hit me back,
yeah,
but I believe in myself. I had to just push myself. I might have been nervous, might have been shaking in my boots, but I did it.
I agree. I
So
agree.
yeah,
Shaking in your boots means that you really want to do it. I've learned there's no way that we can overcome nervousness. It's an emotion. It's like you trying to cut off something that can't be cut off. Like
right.
let me see. I don't know. I can't even think of an example, but
I got you.
your emotions is something that's really attached to you as a human being.
Yeah.
So rather than us pushing to the side, like, nah, I ain't gonna deal with it because it's too much to deal with it. How can we work with it? Because as we're working with it, we're able to identify we're stronger than we think. We're stronger
Yes.
than we think. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
the development that you done develop for yourself. Do you regret anything?
No, I have no regrets. I have no regrets because everything in life is teaching me what I need to know. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? We get so caught up in the destination that we forget the journey. We forget the people along the journey. We forget the gems that people dropped. We
mhm.
forget the love that people showed. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm here at the present moment with you, and gratitude is essential. And I'm grateful for you. Thank you. So that's where I'm at with it. Thank you.
I'm grateful for you as well, Kendra. I'm grateful for you as well. That question I just asked is part of my best for last, but I just feel like that was the right time to ask. Do you have any regrets? Because I don't have any regrets, but regrets can be a lesson that really changed our lives.
Yeah, for sure. But you know what? You know why? I say that I'm growing because the person that hurt me, the person that hurt me, hurt my feelings or whatever. I seen him, you know what I'm saying, doing what he doing, you know what I'm saying. But it was like when I saw him doing well, I was happy for him. I smiled. I
Mm.
was at peace. I was happy to see that he was doing great. I wasn't bitter. So I'm growing.
How did that make you feel?
It made me feel like yo, this is what it's all about. Like he was meant to teach me something. Instead of being mad at him, he taught me a lesson. Thank you for hurting me. Thank you for teaching me what I don't want to have around me. Thank you. That's how I feel.
What was the lesson that he taught you?
The lesson that he taught me was just to believe in myself.
Mm.
Don't overgive the people. Don't overcompensate. Work for you. Believe in yourself.
And things will start happening the way that they need to happen.
Yes.
See, the best thing that happens is when we dealing with life and it hit us. Now we're facing with adversity, after adversity, after adversity, after adversity. But how can we take control of what's happening to us?
Like honestly, we're not even in control of nothing. Like for real, we just have to be. We have to be like water. You understand what I'm saying? When you look at a stream of water, what's happening? It doesn't matter what's going on around it. It's still ebbing, flowing. It's still just going. It's still just flowing. It's
Yeah.
still just flowing. So I'm going to be less resistant. I'm going to be open. I'm just going to be open and allow me to be the magnet to attract all the things that I need.
Yeah. That right there. A lot of times we want to control everything.
Yes.
We can't control everything because we don't have the power of that. We're stressing ourselves out because something has happened to us, and now we're wondering why did it happen? Why did it happen that way? I got my heart broke. I'm talking about devastated. I've never felt like that.
Man, I know what it feels like to get your heart broken. I know what it's like to have someone leave you and abandon you and just 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 leave. Like really, it make you really like start questioning yourself, and you get so angry, you get so bitter. That's how I was feeling. My ex or whatever, she told me, she was like, you can't be you I can't be the source of your happiness. So that's a nugget that she left. Like, that's what I learned from her. I'm no longer mad at her. I wish her nothing but the best in life. The nugget was, I'm my own source of happiness.
Mm.
So that's the lesson that I learned. Yes, I was hurt. Yes, I was hurt. I was toe up. But look at me now. I overcame that, and I'm loving myself. I'm choosing myself daily. No
Mm.
matter who
Yep.
falls or goes, I'm still consistent with me.
That being consistent with yourself, that's what helped us really prevail, really excel, really succeed in the way that we can, because we understand who we are as a person. We understand that we are here, we
Yes.
go here, but how can we get here if we're so focused on the past? The best lesson, the best thing that happens to us is when something dramatic happens. And by dramatic, I'm talking about something that really puts us in a blend that we're not really used to. But see, here's the thing about that. That's the best time of the life of your life because you're able to identify and change the trajectory of your life. You said
Facts.
Bob Proctor, phenomenal guy.
Yeah.
Oh, what is the biggest takeaway that Bob has taught you?
It's just like, yo, you have to create your own reality. Like, you have to have an abundance mindset. Like, you really can be what you want to be. And that's what I learned from him, man. Like, I love his abundance meditation. I love his abundance meditation. Like, he's no longer here, but he's still here. His energy is still here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be surprised at how long these people have been here, but when you start really, really figuring you out, it'll be those different people that come along the way that you're learning about. Like, have you read the book The Secret?
Law of attraction. I have.
Yes. So all that is true.
Have you saw the movie?
Nah, I never saw the movie.
I think it's on YouTube.
Okay. It's
Yep.
pretty good.
Yeah, yep. It's phenomenal. It is amazing. It is amazing. Simply because like you're able to see the power of the mind. Okay,
Yes.
the way they put it together was phenomenal. It was phenomenal to see. You have more control of yourself than you think. You have more control of what you think.
Yeah.
The one thing that I like that Bob Proctor says is that law of attraction is not biased.
Mm-mm.
If you're thinking negative, something negative is going to happen. If you're
Yep.
thinking positive, something positive is going to happen. It was like,
Yep.
what is I think positive?
Yeah, but you know what? Also, you got to remember that those thoughts that we're having, they're not our thoughts. We could just be observer of our thoughts. You know what I'm saying? What energy are you putting in? Like, what thoughts? You know what I mean? Like, we could be the observer of our thoughts because we're gonna have crazy thoughts at times. But nah, you don't. You just gotta know. You gotta know your mind. You really do. You really gotta know. You really got to know your mind. You got to lose your mind to create a new one, in a sense.
That's what it is. You got to lose your mind in order to create a new one because
Facts.
your old you is used to being doing what the old you did have done, being content, being complacent, being comfortable. Just sticking with routine. But this new version of yourself is really forcing you to become something that you haven't even thought of. It's forcing you to become something somewhere new. But how can we do this? We're on the path of greatness. We're on the path of our journey. We're on the path of believing ourselves.
Yep.
For someone, go ahead. Go ahead. What was you about to say?
Because I told you I had wrote that something down, and I wanted to say vulnerability is the key. You have to be vulnerable with yourself.
Yeah.
Like you have to just surrender. You have to surrender. When I say you got to surrender, you have to surrender. You have to surrender.
Yeah.
Surrender. 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 That's what I have to say. Surrender.
Surrender to who? That's the
Surrender to self. Surrender. You have to surrender to self because it's like you're going through a whole process and you can't be like fighting against it. Just allow it to happen. It's
mm.
going to happen anyway, but it's going to be what's going to happen. Like, are you going to allow it to happen, or you're going to continue to enthrall different levels of hurt and pain on yourself? Because it's different paths to figure out yourself.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. For someone that doesn't know a path to personal development, self belief, and self understanding, what path and how can they start to figure out themselves?
You'll get tired of what you're doing. You'll get tired of the procrastinating. You'll get tired of telling, "Oh, I'll put it on tomorrow." You'll just get tired of yourself. You'll get tired.
Mm.
That's when you'll know when you're tired, when you're tired of yourself. Because I was provoked here. I
Mm.
was provoked.
I was as well.
I
I
was
was,
provoked. When I said I was provoked, it was like, yo, I had to figure out like I'm all I got. That's what happened.
I'm it's hard. Okay, it's new. It's new to put yourself first. It's new to care for yourself. It's new to actually understand you matter. But you do. But see, here's the thing about understanding yourself and your worth. It get builds. It's constantly building. It's constantly compounding. It's
Yeah,
constantly evolving to a new version of self. So
yeah,
everything that's happened, then that happened to you, accept it because you hit it right on the nail. You got to surrender, 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 surrender. You do have to surrender. You have to put your ego to the side, put your
yeah,
pride to the side. Understand you're doing this to help better your life.
yeah. The death of the ego is
Mm,
real.
mm,
The
mm,
death of the ego is real. Like,
mm.
because the death of the ego is so real. Like, all those insecurities, the ego is real. Like, when you really are really losing your mind, you know what I'm saying, growing to where you supposed to go, shedding all those different layers, and you will see like you'll be drained. Sometimes you'll cry. You will be in different states. You will be in different states. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand when you're walking in your truth, everything else fades away.
Mm. Everything else fades away. I'll say everything. I wouldn't say fade away. I'll say you'll learn how to accept it rather than not. No. I'll say you're able to understand it more rather than suppressing it.
Yeah, but I say fade away, meaning, when you're coming into your new person, when you're coming into your new thing, it fades away because that's the old version of yourself. So you're coming into the new version of yourself. So it fades away. Like it eventually gets better. You know what I'm saying? You will eventually stop battling yourself because guess what? You are here with your soul. You're here with your soul purpose. That's what I meant by saying fade away.
I like the way you just explained it. That's what it takes.
Yeah.
Understanding that really putting yourself out there to see different perspectives because a closed mind you can never open it.
No.
Once it's
Nope.
open, you're able to learn and learn in different ways, learn from different people, learn from different situations, learn from different environments because you're constantly learning. You're a student of life rather than a student of yourself.
Yep. And stop projecting. Stop. That was deep. That was deep. Stop and stop projecting your fears on other people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't understand how somebody's living and you don't understand how they love and different things like that, that doesn't mean there's something wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? There's something wrong with you because you're focused on what they're doing. Focus on what you're doing. Focus on you. Focus on your truth.
Mm-hmm.
Stop trying to win on other people's failures.
Yep.
That's what I gotta say, man.
You gotta accept people for who they are,
Yep.
rather because we have to understand people are at different levels, right? We have to meet them at the level that they're at.
Yep.
Just level understanding people, level understanding conversation, and the way we're conversing amongst each other, right? You can't have one conversation with the next person because they not ready for that,
Yeah.
simply because they haven't put the time and education and awareness to have the conversation for this.
Yep.
Just meet them where they're at. Don't expect them to to be there with you unless you're understanding where they're at.
Yep. And you gotta just let them be. And you just gotta go your separate way. You drop a gem and you keep it moving.
Yeah,
You don't get mad at yourself because they don't get it. They'll get it eventually. They'll come around.
they'll get it when it's time for them to get
Hello.
it. Everything in life is always about a time and action and belief and potential. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna happen when you want it to happen. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen when you least expect it.
Yeah. Expect
Oh,
it when you least expect it. And
yeah.
it's gonna hit you. And it's gonna hit you. And you're gonna be overwhelmed with tears. You're gonna be overwhelmed with joy because everything you said you was gonna get, you got.
You got.
And you gotta dream big. Don't dream small. Do not put limitations on yourself. You're limitless. Be who you want to be.
How can somebody go from scarcity mindset to thinking big? How can how can
Just start. Just start. You just gotta go. You just gotta take a chance. You can't think about it. Just do it.
Mm,
And as you're going along your journey, you'll start to build. You'll have more wisdom. You know what I'm saying? It's trial and error. You'll learn from all failure is knowledge. That's what it says.
no pun intended.
No pun intended. Of course not. But you'll learn. You just keep learning. You just keep learning. You just keep growing. You just keep figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? And different people will come along the path to help you and elevate you. And just that's what it is, man. Just continue. I gotta say this to the people: believe in yourself, choose yourself, encourage yourself daily, and stop putting off things. Do it today. This is a gift. The present is a gift. The power now is key. So do it today. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you have a vision, just go after it. You'll figure it out. You always will, and you always do.
Even when it's not time for you to figure it out.
Facts.
Keep doing it. Keep going along the process because here's what's happening. You're becoming a more experienced and more aware person of yourself, your capabilities, your attributes, your the people that you want to be around, your energy level, your vibration level. There's an understanding that you have this, but you have to believe that you have in order to keep excelling.
Facts.
It's scary. Everything that's worth doing is going to be scary, but you got
Facts.
two options: don't do it or
Or
do
do it. Do it.
it. There's no secret to success. The book The Secret is called The Secret because people don't understand the law of attraction. Once you're able to understand the law of attraction, like, oh, okay, what do I need to do
Yeah.
today? Focus on today. Put the work in. By next week, today is going to be compounded. By next month, today is going to be compounded. By
Yeah.
next year, today is going to be compounded. I saw this post, a gentleman, I can't remember his name. He's a doctor, he's a public speaker. Yesterday's action is for today's price.
Mm.
I said, oh, that is a great one. That is a great one.
Facts. Facts.
Because
That's amazing.
that instant gratification, the stories was coming to us later on down the life.
Mm. And you know what? You know what I've been learning about myself? I feel different energies from people. And it was this young guy. I just felt his energy. And I hit him up in his inbox, and he said, I'm having health issues, and I don't know how long I'll be here. Right. So I gave him my phone number. I said, listen, just call me, because sometimes we just need people to talk to. Just be kind.
Yeah.
Just be kind to people. So that's the message I have. Just be kind to people, man.
Yeah.
I can keep going on and going on. So, yo, it's always a pleasure, man, for
And
real.
I'm definitely listening, simply because I'm just intrigued. I'm just intrigued to learn, just learn your story, learn the impact that you're having, that your impact that you're leaving. Or why not podcast is very phenomenal, very impactful. Because why not us?
Right. Why not us? Why not you? Why not we?
See what I'm saying? Why not? That limitation that's right here is no longer there because we believe in the work that we're putting in.
Yes. And you got to keep going. You got to keep going. It's not going to be all sunshine. Even in your darkness, you got to keep going.
Yep.
Even when you think you're not going, you going, man. You can't see it. You can't see it. Ain't meant for you to see yet.
It ain't meant for you to see yet. When it's time, you would know it's time.
Ooh,
That light gonna be bright. That light
man,
gonna be bright. You feel
man,
me?
man. Listen, I'm gonna cry. I ain't
Yeah.
even gonna cap. I'm gonna be crying, snotty. Like I'm gonna be
Yep.
like, yo, you gotta come to LA. You gotta come. You gotta come through. That's the energy I have. That's what I believe. So
Yep.
yeah.
That's why it's so vital. So Kendra, before we end, I only have one segment, and it's called Best for Last. So I only ask 4 questions. I only have one segment. I ask 4 questions, best questions of them all, towards the end. So
Okay.
you can answer me in a quick explanation, and or you can dive in deeper. Uh,
Okay.
First question is, how do you keep your composure?
How do I keep my composure? Just being in control of my emotions. You got to understanding that I have to be in control of my emotions. You know what I'm saying? I'm in control of how I feel, not the things around me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I'm in control of my composure, just allowing things to be what they are.
That's phenomenal. I asked this question earlier, but I'm gonna ask it again. Do you have any regrets?
I have no regrets. No regrets. No regrets. Because failure is knowledge. No pun intended.
Pun intended that time. Of course. What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for I'm grateful for me. I'm grateful for me. I'm grateful for life. I'm just grateful for the breath in my body. I'm grateful for growth. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the pain, the suffering. I'm just grateful for everything that helped me get to the place that I am today. I'm just grateful. Gratitude is essential. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for everybody. I'm just grateful.
Mm, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Last but not least, favorite question of them all. What does failure is knowledge mean to you?
Failure is knowledge. Means to me just no matter what you do, it's gonna be knowledge behind it. Failing is just what it is. It's just a step to where you're supposed to be because you learn. You learn. You're really not setting yourself back. You're really not. You're just learning. You know what I'm saying? So failure is knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Those trials and error, that's a part of failure. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're not going to get it. You know what I'm saying? But you learned and you're able to grow and you're able to do what you need to do. So failure is knowledge. It's self-explanatory.
Mm, Self, and that's why it's so vital to learn more about yourself because you're able to identify your flaws.
Yeah.
Kendra, for people that want to follow you, for people that want to get in contact with you, for people that want to book you, there people that want you to come onto their platform. How can they find you? How can they get in contact with you? And how can they reach out to you?
So listen, y'all can get in contact with me on Instagram. I have 2 Instagram pages. Why Not Us Podcast, of course, with the Y. And then my main page is OGSTUD OG Stud 84. That's on Instagram. You can email me, Kendra Joyner 84 at gmail.com. Just hit me up, man. Y'all can come to the platform, share your story. It's all about human connection. Let's grow. Let's be great. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Of course, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. For everybody else that tuned in, before we close out, Kendra, do you have any closing remarks?
Man, just be you. Just be great. Just keep choosing yourself over and over. Just keep going. That's what I just gotta say. And you keep being great. You keep doing you.
Thank you.
Terrell with the Y.
Yes, ma'am.
Terrell with the Y. Keep being you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm proud of you. And just keep being the best version of yourself. That's all I gotta say.
Appreciate it, Ken. I would definitely do that. I would definitely do that. You know, iron sharpens iron, so we both bringing value to each other. We're constantly growing. I
Facts.
would. I'll make a promise to you. I'll keep going if you keep going.
I'm gonna keep going because you're gonna keep going.
There we go. There we go.
Energy, let's go.
There we go. Everybody, man. Hopefully, I got value from this. If y'all know somebody that's struggling with self improvement, personal development, they need help finding themselves, send them here. Send it to this platform. Send it to this video. If y'all actually got value from this, click this link right here and actually watch the next video. Hold on.